hypothyroidism is more common than hyperthyroidism in the US. However, it's not uncommon to have an overactive thyroid and then go into an underactive thyroid and kind of go back and forth. Thyroid disease actually impacts about 20 million Americans, but some don't even know that they have it. So I wanted to go over with you what the difference between hypo and hyperthyroidism and give you more idea of things to look for with hyperthyroidism, since I feel like there's so much more education out there on hypothyroidism, which is basically underactive thyroid. So your thyroid creates and produces hormones that play a role in all different systems in your body. So when your thyroid makes either too much or too little hormones, it can have drastic effects on what your body is doing, and so it will create hyperthyroidism if we have too much thyroid hormone and everything's fast, or hypothyroidism if we are underactive and we don't have enough thyroid hormone. So with hypothyroidism, which is basically underactive thyroid, you're going to have more things like hair loss, sensitivity to cold, feeling tired and sluggish and just thoroughly exhausted, weight gain or weight loss resistance, things like brain fog, aches and pains, constipation, low basal body temperature. You feel like you slept, but you didn't get enough sleep. It is pretty much non-restful sleep, poor concentration, things like that. But on the flip side, when we have symptoms of hyperthyroidism, you have more things like nervousness, fast heart rate, irritability, weight loss, and you're losing weight basically for no reason, insomnia, you're kind of laying there wide awake, your body can't settle down, sweating, tremors, hyperactivity, heat intolerance is actually a really big one I see with hyperthyroidism. You're thirsty, even breathlessness. Those are kind of some of the common things that I have people look for. Now, I will tell you that, like I said, it's not uncommon to switch back and forth between hyperthyroid symptoms and hypothyroid symptoms. So that's why I wanted to go over with you so that you are familiar with, all of a sudden you're having these random symptoms and you're like, I have no idea why I'm having these. Normally I have, hypothyroid symptoms. Why am I having these other things that aren't really connected? This is the time to actually start doing a full thyroid panel, because one of the common reasons I see this happen where we can go back and forth with hyperthyroidism and hypo is we have autoimmune connection with thyroid disease. So something like Hashimoto's or even Graves', you can go back and forth with symptoms or have a combination of symptoms as well. So be sure always that they are checking a full thyroid panel. So your full thyroid panel is going to be TSH, free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and then both thyroid antibodies, thyroid peroxidase and thyroid globulin. They might be abbreviated as TPO and TGAB. Always make sure that they are doing that full panel. You have to be able to see that full picture, because if there's antibodies present, that can actually drive some of these things that are, if you're going back and forth with symptoms. And like I said, it's really common with, especially with Hashimoto's. I see this with a lot of the females that reach out to me, is they'll kind of go back and forth with the combo of hyper and hypothyroid symptoms. If you need more guidance on those markers that I recommended to get checked, if you're like, wait, tell me these markers again, or if you want to know why, what the reference ranges should look like, I have a link below where you can go grab my guide. It's called The Secret to Reading Your Thyroid Blood Test. It has all those markers on there. It tells you exactly why you're checking them, but it also gives you the optimal reference ranges, because the lab reference ranges are very large. And so they might put you into normal when you're actually not. So you can just go to that link below and grab that guide, and that will kind of help at least get you in the right direction to start looking at your numbers and see if maybe you are kind of going back and forth between the two. So let me know if you have any questions about this. I know, like I said, it's an overwhelming disease, and it can be really common to kind of have combo symptoms. So like I said, let me know if you have questions. Grab the link below to get that guide, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.